live. We are live. We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the scene. Well, actually, to Views from the 22 pregame brought to you by the scene. I am Mo Schefter. As you can see, we got a full crew today because we got a full show. We're going to start off with the M drop the J because it faded away perfect with the hungry, humble hustle. Talk to the people. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, man. Make sure that you guys continue to follow us on the scene and also go ahead and inquire about how you can get your brand in the background virtually during our shows to be able to promote marketing. It's going to be at a reasonable fee, so just make sure that you hit us up. The more sponsors we got, the better. But other than that, ready to rock and roll. Germ So True, tell them what to do.
Look, I'm just here, man. I'm just here. I got this bag I got for these folks today. I don't know if y'all ready for this bag. I mean, I ain't even changed my name yet because the show ain't officially started yet. Y'all don't know who it's gonna be, but just know it's coming. Don't worry. Go ahead, Victor, see Papi.
CC Papi, CC
People.
Papi, hungry, humble, and hustling, just like that background says right there.
That's it.
Just looking forward to another good week, man. It should be fun because there's some good games. I'm looking forward to the Browns beating the Cowboys. That's the first thing I'm gonna throw out there.
Ooh.
That's not a prediction. That's not a prediction.
About blazing.
That's a spoiler.
We have conversations every week. Don't give away too many spoilers. But Vic sometimes be napping in some of those meetings. Vic's got a full schedule of his own, so we just gonna let him be. We just gonna
Vic
let him.
came in like Geechee Gotti, like use them.
Hoodie on because it's cold in the Northeast, boy.
Listen, I need to go back. All right, I need to go back. I'm not liking this. It is September, October, and I gotta wear hoodies already. I gotta make sure I got 2 socks on. I went to Costco the other day, saw these toe warmer things. I'm like, listen, I might need a pallet of those. The way this thing is going, take me back to the beach. All right, I should have brought some sand up here with me because I can't deal with this.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what it is.
I lit a fire in my backyard. First time I saw my breath. At first, I thought it was because, it was the chicken that I ate, but then I checked the bay. I saw her breath too. So I'm like, okay, so it's really cold. So you got to make sure, man. Got to double check. I'm like, dang, do I need a mint? Do I need a mint leaf?
Hey, listen, the worst part is when you in public after you eat and you got that mask on, and you're like, wait, is that my breath? That can't be my. That can't be
nothing
my.
Else.
Like what? I got a $40 toothbrush. This should not be happening.
There are now 4 things that doesn't lie to you: that weight scale, a baby, an alcoholic, and that mask.
And then, oh my God! All right,
so we got April, and who is Styled Hairology? Who this? We got some new folks on the line.
That's Siobhan.
That's Siobhan.
Oh, nice.
That's
Let me
Siobhan.
shoot my shot then, Siobhan. If you got a logo, you can go ahead and holler at us, man. We could probably put this on the background.
Yeah, I need a background. I need to get mine.
Don't worry. I got all of that under work, y'all.
Yeah. That's the Jeremy Merritt department.
Love it.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man, listen, you're the one that said you gotta be more professional these days. I'm just trying to help you out, my brother.
I see.
I'm just trying to get my
the
John
whole
Stockton
name
on.
has been put. Look, the whole name has been put out there. I will not say your name because I have put your name out there as well.
Yeah.
Unwillingly.
Hell, you were using my real name for the first couple of weeks of the scene.
I mean, you right about that. We sure was. Say, who is
anyway, names and nicknames, baby. All you need to know is we coming with facts for the rest of these 60 minutes. So let's get started. We got a lot to cover. We're gonna start with obviously the latest with COVID-19 and the NFL season. First, we're gonna kind of backtrack a little bit. We're gonna go to the Saints player that was tested positive last night. That turned out to be a false positive. So the game is a full go. Obviously with Cam, he tested positive, and the Chiefs quarterback, with a practice squad quarterback, also tested positive. And from my understanding, I think he was doing the Lamar Jackson scout team the week prior. So the NFL has a protocol in place. Obviously, they got several protocols in place. But when a quarterback gets tested positive, it's a different protocol because he's been in contact with more than anybody else in the building. He's in contact with more people than anybody else in the building. He's communicating in the huddle. He's communicating with these guys on the sidelines, with the offensive coordinator. So because there's more tracing contacts with the quarterback, that's why those two games were immediately postponed. But as long as we get no positive results today from the Chiefs or the Patriots, the game should be a go for tomorrow, which essentially means we got a double header for Monday night. Now, if we do get positive tests, then the NFL becomes in a real iffy situation because if they can't play that game on Monday or Tuesday, they're going to have to push it back. And it's not like the Steelers Titans games where all they had to do was essentially swap out a bye week for the Steelers and a bye week for the Ravens, and that solved the whole issue. If the Chiefs Patriots game gets pushed back, then the NFL will more than likely have to implement an 18-week NFL season, which will essentially push back the playoffs 1 week, which also means that the time between the championship games and the Super Bowl will now be a week and not 2 weeks. Still, no big deal. But it's week 4, y'all, which means we still got 75% of the season to go. And so if more of this starts happening, I don't know how many games you can flex into that 18th week before ultimately this 16-game model, this 256-game model collapses. It's just, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a scientist. I just recognize common sense. At some point, the logistics are just going to be way too much of it. So that's where we stand with that. Here's what I'm going to say about the Titans now. The NFL was expecting positive tests. So it's more about not having it spread now. And that's why they're investigating the Titans. And they're not saying that, is the Titans' fault per se, but they're saying that somebody must have had some sort of negligence somewhere. And if any major violation comes out of this, not only can they get fined, the Titans can lose a draft pick as well. So that's major. So the main guy in question is, I believe his name is Shane Bowen. He's the linebackers coach. He's the first one that tested positive. He is the main focus of their investigation. They're saying that he was exposed to individuals who had the virus, and they just don't know if he reported it to the NFL in time. Now, there's also a source from one of the leagues that the Titans was not diligent about their masks and about their protocols and all that good stuff. And as we know, the Titans have had 18 positive tests so far. So what the NFL is saying is, look, this is not the protocol's fault. This is people who not following the protocols the proper way. That's what they believe. So we'll see. The NFL is working with a lot of other people, outsiders, former GMs, former players, to try to figure out what's going to happen if they continue to get positive outbreaks. So that's the nutshell. I'm not going to go into all my notes here because that's 4 minutes of information about COVID. That's basically the gist of it all. Any questions, any specific questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But fellas, before we move on to the games, just go around the horn rapid fire style on anything you want to add to this whole situation.
They need a bubble. It's really simple. Maybe when the Lakers in Miami do their thing and finally end, maybe they could take a couple of weeks off and use their bubble. In which 4 weeks have came in, maybe the 0-4 teams don't travel to the bubble. I mean, you already said the percentages of them making it to the playoffs anyway. Mm-hmm. So just take the teams that are 1-3 with a high points for, or with close games who you think have an opportunity, throw them in the bubble. It's the only way this is going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of weeks left. Vic, anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, it was just, you covered everything, obviously, but, there was at one point, there was less than 10 cases that they had before the season started. You know what I mean? Like, the numbers were very low in comparison to what baseball was going through at one point. Mm-hmm. So, just people just got to be more responsible, man. And, just keep wearing your mask. I mean, maybe there's some things that you can't do that it sneaks in and it gets you, like Cam is supposedly the only Patriot, as far as the last report to get it, which is sounds crazy, but that's what it is, man. Let's just just try to be more responsible. If they gotta do that bubble like MJ said, let's get in it.
And I mean, like to have one bubble is a little unrealistic from the NFL standpoint, but that's their fault. Like they should have figured that out. They had since April when they saw the the NBA literally take their players off the court and shut down the season. They saw that with baseball when they had to delay their season, what, 5-6 months,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
hmm
We only had 60 games of baseball in a
60
162 game regular season. So the NFL had enough time to implement whatever they needed to implement. If one bubble was unrealistic, 4 bubbles is a little more realistic. So come out with 4 bubbles. And this is not hindsight speaking. This is something that we said on this very same platform months ago. 4 bubbles. You got 32 teams, 4 divisions, 8 teams. Figure it out. Everybody understands the situation we're in. Everybody understands the reality we're in. So if one team wants to say, "Oh, well, that's not fair," all right, we'll see you in 2021. This is the situation, Chief. But as it goes when there's leagues and CBAs and unions, it's not going to always be the simplest thing. But now here they are stuck in a situation where they got to deal with things on the fly. Jerm, anything you want to add?
Germ is load managing on COVID just right now. I'm gonna take a load management. I ain't got nothing to say because some of this is real simple. Other parts we don't know everything of it. I'm just gonna exercise my right to be quiet and just allow you guys to cover everything on that aspect of it because I don't have very many opinions besides wash your hands ain't your ass. This has been a public service announcement.
I mean, that's pretty sound, simple.
But how many
basic.
football players do that though? Never mind. Keep going.
Oh, whoa. That was that Mortal Kombat murder, the brutality.
Oh my God. All right, let's get cracking, y'all. Let's get cracking. So we got first game on the docket is Jacksonville and Cincy. Jacksonville is 2.5-point underdogs. Over under is 49. Are we doing this rapid fire style? Yeah, this is one of those rapid fire games. I'm taking Jacksonville in this one. I still don't trust Cincy to figure out how to win ball games just yet. They got a lot of deficiencies still with all the injuries they have. They're having a hard time protecting the Joe Burrow, who is the truth, who will be the future of this team. And Gardner's just throwing that ball all over the field. Jaguars got some decent weapons. Defense playing better than expected. I'm going Cincy to win this game. I'm sorry, Jacksonville to win this game. MJ, what you got on the gambling on this game?
I'm staying away from wins and losses on this game, but I will take the over 49. I think both teams can be able to cover that spread and go over it.
Vic, what you got on this game?
I mean, just like you said, real simple, man. The Jaguars look like the more formidable team right now, even though they came off a loss from the Dolphins. They look like they're running the ball well. They're passing the ball well. Again, it's a rebuilding situation for them. But right now, between, like you said, the Bengals and the Jaguars, I would pick the Jaguars in terms of how much more balance they have right now. The Bengals got to protect. The Bengals got to protect better, man. Period.
Yes. Jerem, what you got on this?
So we're picking the Jaguars. The Jaguars.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all got today Joe Burrow gets his first win. Okay. Mustaches, Doogie Low, mustaches are wild. We don't know what we're gonna get out of those mustaches. At the end of the day, give me, for my gambling people, for my poker people, when the mustaches are wild, that normally is a good thing. Let me go with the guy with no facial hair, the baby face of the NFL, Mr. Joseph Burrow, number 1 overall pick, LSU. And let me go on and just narrow this gap a little bit more on this pick segment.
Oh, man. All right, next game on the schedule. We got Philly and San Francisco. We're going to get the rapid fire ones out of the way. This is a Sunday night game. We obviously know, again, a ton of injuries in this game. Jimmy Garoppolo, once again, not playing for the San Francisco 49ers. Over under is 45. The Eagles are 7.5-point underdogs. Without Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm inclined. I know MJ, you and I talked. This is the one we're staying away from. But without Jimmy, that 7.5 points is way too tempting. Way too tempting. So I would be inclined to take Philly with the points on this one, but I still believe the 49ers will win this game. Just a better football team, better line on both sides, better health. Ironically, like, yeah, the 49ers have their injuries, but they got some depth. They got quality depth. So give me the 49ers to win this game. I'll go something along the lines of 24-17. So there's your half. 24-17 San Francisco. Vic, what you got on this game?
Like you said, man, there's depth in that 49er lineup. You know, even though they're missing the quarterback, which I still think is a very talented quarterback, they got one that could probably start in other football teams, and Nick Mullins. So there is still more balance there. The defensive line and offensive lines are still pretty fairly dominant. So taking the 49ers on this one.
Germ?
This is bad, man. I mean, all of these injuries that the 49ers have, the Eagles look like the more healthy team this week. Man, give me that. Pass me to Philly. Let's go.
Oh boy.
I think he's going off of what we picked first.
Oh boy.
No. If you look at this injury report, look at this injury report. We got K'Wan Williams. He's questionable. Witherspoon is out. That's a starting cornerback. D Ford is out. Greenlaw is out. Mosley is out. Garoppolo, Reed, and Mostert is out. That's a significant a lot of players. We got about that's about 5 starters on defense that are out. That does change a couple of things. And if this could be this could be the game that Wentz comes up and he shows up and he says, "Hey y'all, I'm Germ's number 5 quarterback on his list.
I hope
I'm
so.
gonna call shotgun. I'm gonna call your mama."
I hope so. Next game on the docket, we got Minnesota at Houston. The Vikings traveling to Houston. Over under is 53.5. The Texans are 3.5-point home favorites. Vic, I believe this is your game, sir.
Excuse me. This was a team game.
Was it? Okay, this was a team game. This was a team game. You're absolutely right. Okay, Germ. Since you rubbing your hands like Birdman over there,
let him start.
Yeah, let's start us off.
First of all, we got, of course, the El Capitan, Kirk Cousins, going up against Steamin' Willie Beeman. When he put on his invisible juice, he's gone. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Minnesota has some good things to build off from last week with the Titans. The Texans not so much, because they didn't put up not a point in the second half. When the Steelers put that steel curtain on, it got real private in that room. It got real private. You know, private room, Avant, Cleveland people, y'all know who that is. We just gonna let that be what it is. But at the end of the day, I think Minnesota has the better running game right now. That doesn't mean that DJ's not playing well. It just means that Cook and that running game is playing very well. The play action is going. We seen my guy Justin Jefferson have his first breakout game. He looked very good. It looks like him and Kurt are starting to build rapport. And then Adam Thielen is Adam Thielen. Give me the Vikes. Give me the Vikes today, only simply because I think that they have better continuity. And Mr. Ngakoue has been a very underrated signing, and he's getting better every week. I like pass rush. I like nasty pass rushers. And guys with effort like him are always the hardest to block for 60 minutes. Let me get that let me get the Vikes.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. Vic, what you got on this game?
Yeah, to piggyback a little bit off of Ngakoue, his first 2 weeks weren't very good, but his third week he got, like Jerm said, he's getting better throughout the week and stuff, the season and stuff like that. Last week he had a really good game. The Vikings do look like the more team with more consistency right now in terms of between these two teams. Justin Jefferson was incredible last week. Adam Thielen still doing what he's got to do, and Kirk Cousins. I got the Vikings. I still believe that both teams should implement the run game a little bit more. Let this game become the Dalvin Cook, David Johnson show here. Show how talented those guys are. And David, like I said, David Johnson's got to get the more touches to help Deshaun Watson because right now there's just that passing game is just so inconsistent right now.
I hear you.
I'm taking the Vikings on that one.
MJ, what you got on the gambling on this one?
All right, so we're gonna cover three things on this one really quick. We're gonna cover FanDuel, fantasy, and we're going to cover the gambling. So for the gambling, I will take actually the over 53.5, basically because of what Vic said. I think both styles will implement the running game, and neither style can stop the run. Usually when you got two defenses that can't stop the run, that's going to set up the play action. Play action is something that all quarterbacks at this late level is their darling because it gives them an extra second or two to be able to pick people apart. And Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson both need that second or two because of their offensive line. So I got them going over 53 points. I know it's a lot, but I'm going to take the over on this one. As far as FanDuel picks, there's a lot of players in this that are very affordable for FanDuel if you already got your set running back or set receiver or what have you. Kirk Cousins is only 6,800. Justin Jefferson is only 5,400. Brandon Cooks is only 5,300. And Dalvin Cook is 8,700. But like we mentioned earlier, this is probably going to be a game for him to bust out. As far as fantasy waivers, Justin Jefferson is also one of my pickups of the week. At this point, you should already have your team established. You should know who your team is. You know what you need. You know what you don't need. So whether you need a running back or a receiver or a flex or not, I say get Justin Jefferson because what he showed is something that's going to keep going throughout the whole entire playoffs. I mean, season. I'm sorry.
I'm going to ask you two questions. One, if FanDuel, and I'm asking for me. I ain't asking for a friend. I'm asking for me.
Okay.
Should I stack Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson? And then the second question, Brandon Cooks or Will Fuller?
Great question. I will stack Kurt and Justin Jefferson because of the value. And I will take Will Fuller because I think it's going to be a shootout. And even despite Deshaun Watson, not being able to get a lot of time, he has found Will Fuller an awful lot this season, all things considered.
Okay. Listen, the guys obviously went with Minnesota. I've been back and forth with this game all week. Minnesota seemed like they were getting close. Seemed like they were going to crack a win against Tennessee. And on the flip side, Houston, for about 3 quarters, you thought, hey, they might beat Pittsburgh here in Pittsburgh. So both these teams have improved last week despite their 0-3 start. I think Dalvin Cook will have some major running lanes in this one. I'm saying he might have like 20 carries for 170 yards because Houston, one thing they will do is give up running yards. I think Houston will also find a lot of explosive plays in their own right. If they attack, if they go deep. I just got to go in Minnesota simply off of 2 or 3 reasons. First reason, I don't think they have anything to stop Dalvin Cook. Second reason, go ahead.
No, I was just going to rewind it. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Second reason, they can rush the quarterback even with these injuries. They can rush the quarterback against this offensive line. And the third reason, I just think Bill O'Brien needs to go. And he needs to go for the sake of Deshaun Watson. So give me the Vikings to win this game and get that first win of the season. And hopefully turn their season around. I don't think it will, but let's see what happens.
I missed one on FanDuel. I forgot to tell you, Robinson is worth 6,600 on FanDuel for Jacksonville. Cincinnati still has their interior lineman injured. They've given up a lot of running yards, and I mean they gave up on average 100 over 100. Might want to consider picking him as well.
Well, we also skipped one more, and that's my fault from the Indy game. What's your thoughts on Mo Alley Cox? If he's on waivers in a lot of leagues, would you recommend picking him up?
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you mentioned that because I guess the Indianapolis and Chicago game is up next to talk about. So I'm gonna swing this all video out real quick. Y'all know how I feel about Chicago. I stay hands off of them. I stay away from them. Gambling, fandom, everything. I just stay away from them. In fact, I pick them to lose just because they do the exact opposite of what I expect from them. So nothing's different this week. Indianapolis is gonna win for me. Treat me like the dumb kid in class when you copying off this paper. Whatever you see on my paper on this game, do the opposite.
Over under is 43. The Bears are 3 home road underdogs. Damn. They're underdogs at home in Chicago. Whew, Germ, rapid fire style. What you got on this game?
Xavier Rhodes has been locking down man on man all season, and it's looking like he may be turning back that clock. That is why there are home underdogs. That Indianapolis defense, Darius Leonard has gotten better, especially in space in that zone, and all of those guys seem to be gelling right now. Indianapolis right now, even though they have their deficiencies with Phillip Rivers, I just it's so hard to pick this game because I don't trust Nick Foles. Germ's so wrong right now because I'm not true right now. This is me so wrong. Give me the Indianapolis Colts because I don't trust Nick Foles more than I don't trust Phillip Rivers. At least we have Keenan Allen. At least we have guys like that we can throw the ball to.
T.Y. Hilton, not Keenan Allen.
Excuse me, I said Keenan Allen. I'm sorry. At least we have guys. At least we have guys like Jonathan Taylor. At least we have guys like T.Y. Hilton. Michael Pittman, I think is going to be playing in this game. I'm just making sure.
No,
He's out. He's out.
He's out.
This is hard.
But we still got Mo Alley Cox, who Phillip Rivers loves his tight ends. So
yes,
we got. I don't know who to pick, man. I don't know, man.
Listen,
with the Monicas.
Wait, so you said Pittman is out?
Yeah.
He's in the IR.
All right, ESPN, you gotta do a better job with this.
Pittman is out. You know what? I'm changing my pick. Not so fast. Give me the Bears. And pick these folks. Oh, what the hell I'm doing here, man?
Vic, what you got on this game?
Listen, I'm gonna go with the Colts, bro. Simply is like their defense has been ridiculous this year at all levels. In defensive line, secondary, linebacking core, very solid young defense. Phillip Rivers, as much as the deficiencies that he has, he's still very efficient quarterback. The tight end, Ali Cox is his last name.
Mo Alley Cox.
Mo Alley Cox. It looks like a very athletic tight end that he likes. And he still got Jack Doyle. So I mean, he's got some weapons to throw to. The rookie running back is getting better. We know about that offensive line, easily the top 3 best offensive lines in the league right now. So I don't think it's that hard, man. I think they hold the Bears to like 6 points. I'm gonna go like 23-6 Colts on this one. I'm gonna give a score. I don't like giving scores, but I just think the Colts gonna be that dominant in this game.
Am I echoing? Just a little bit.
You good now?
Okay. All right. Maybe I have to lower the volume a little bit on the microphone. Another one of those games, Jeremy. I don't know if you got a quarter somewhere around you, but this is a tough game because it's who do you trust? You trust Nick Foles or do you trust Phillip Rivers? I'm just going with the Bears, man. Somehow, some way, the Bears keep winning football games. I'm just gonna go figure it out that they're gonna do that again against a guy.
They keep winning because I keep picking against them.
Maybe that's the reason. So you got that combined with the fact that Phillip Rivers notoriously loses football or notoriously known for losing football games in the strangest of ways. He's written 2 volumes of 1,001 ways to lose a football game, and he's already starting to write his 3rd volume of the series. Heads or tails, Jerm? You got it. Heads or tails?
Okay,
Heads
so the
being home, tails being on the road. Who wins?
Oh, the Bears.
In the words of Tom Brady, always take head. I'm taking the Bears.
I see a game where the Colts dominate, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Hey, I'm not going against the lab. I'm not.
Hey, this was one of those games
something funny?
where MJ said we're gonna just stay away from. So
at the end of the day, the most interesting part of this is that the Bears still have the better pass rush, which could be the determining factor in the game.
True.
And
against
that's
against one of the best offensive lines, though. So
but
that's gonna be
the edge guys though, and Khalil Mack is a little different. That's the only thing. Hey, and it looks like my guy, the Mighty Quinn, might be playing. I'm making sure.
Yeah, he should be playing.
Listen to Jerm talking confidence into that pick. Don't ever be confident in the Bears. Ever. Just pick them and just leave.
Hey,
all right, whatever. Bears with it.
MJ, Jerm so wrong.
Jerm so wrong. Here is the most interesting part of this next game that's on Germ So True's docket. We got the Baltimore Ravens, just 15 minutes on the turnpike, if that, going to play the FC Washington football team. Over under is 45. The Ravens are 14-point road favorites. 14-point road favorites. Ronnie Stanley, Germ, is indeed inactive for this football game. So is Derek Wolfe. So is Justin Metabik, and Chris Moore and Geno Stone, the Iowa rookie safety. And then obviously from the Washington side, Chase Young is inactive, and I believe Ron Rivera is not going to be at the game today because of treatment for his cancer. So we pray for you, Ron. Hope that all goes well. Jack Del Rio is the interim head coach for the day. Germ, what you got on this game?
I struggle with this game. I'm gonna tell you why I struggle. Because Lamar Jackson's just not good. I mean, he struggles, so I struggle. You know, when he struggles, I struggle. That's how it goes.
Me too. He's my quarterback on fantasy. I got him on punishment this week. He on the bench.
Fantasy.
He on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't throw for 97 yards in a game like that of that magnitude, get a special teams touchdown, and still almost get beat. Like I said, I told you I was gonna get ugly last week. Y'all didn't believe me. Y'all thought, Germ, you will not be getting a call from me. That's what one viewer said. That's a lie because he called me after during halftime and said, Germ, why? Why are they getting beat like this?
Yeah.
But with that being said, so wrong. But with that being said, I just don't understand. I don't understand exactly what's going to be the thing that's going to be able to get this team over the hump. And that's the FC Washington. FC Washington, look, we got too many things surrounding our quarterback, and it's only week 4, and it's only his second year in the league. You don't have enough sufficient weapons. You're building a defense that can be dominant, but it starts with the foundation. Your offensive line is not a top 5 or top 10 or top 15 offensive line. You don't have anything around him for you to be this critical of him, Ron Rivera. So hopefully you get your treatment, you eat some noodles, get your thermometer, B, because quarterbacks may have bad weeks every day, B. That's just what happens. It's the NFL. So so wrong. So with that being said, I want y'all to go ahead and I want y'all to just relax this week. Baltimore should win this week easily. They should. Am I going to take the points? Probably not. Because when you got a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, give me Washington with the points, but you give me Baltimore to win the game.
Okay. Vic, what you got on this?
Listen, we also got Chase Young is out in this game as well. So it's gonna be it's basically gonna be the right side defensive end versus whoever is replacing Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. We're gonna see Montez Sweat. Hopefully, gonna continue to improve. I mean because that's a kid that's very impressive as well, along with Chase Young. So I'm looking forward to that matchup. See how they're able to contain and keep Lamar in the pocket. Other than that, I think the Ravens are going to be the more dominant team. The defense is still very good. So I'm taking the Ravens in this game.
Listen, you want to talk about a game that is prime for an upset special? You got a team playing for their coach. You got players that want to rally around their young quarterback. And you got an in-town rivalry. Washington is not playing for much this season, but they are playing for this game. If there's going to be one upset today, it's gonna be this one. But the competition, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers. All I'm gonna tell you is the competition between me, Vic, and Germ is kind of tight right now. So I'm gonna just use my head rather than my heart. And if my heart happens to be wrong, it wouldn't be the first time. So give me Washington to lose this game.
Yo.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The words wouldn't come out. They wouldn't formulate one after the other. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Ravens to win this game. They're gonna find a way. I just think is the offensive line and the interior is still very strong. They're still gonna run the ball 35 times. I'm with that blitzing. It's not Patrick Mahomes. That blitzing is gonna confuse Dwayne Haskins. They might cause a turnover or two. Give me Baltimore to win this game.
Big Mo was like, "Hey, you think Washington's gonna win? No way."
Man, shout
Man.
out to our guy Victor Mino. He said, my kids don't even know what's going on, but Germ saying the Bears has them dying. I do this for the kids, baby.
Yes.
Uncle Jeremy.
Jeremy love the kids.
Yes. Love
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
Let the sunshine in.
Vic, give your kids some more credit. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they know what they're doing because they always plotting and scheming against him. Somehow, some way, Victor Mino ends up at IHOP at 7 a.m. when he never wants to. Those kids know what they're doing, Mr. Mino.
Like clockwork.
Yes.
He's like the clay, all in the hands like this.
No, but shout out to Mino, man. He's a wonderful father, that's for sure. We know that.
That's my guy. That's my
yeah,
guy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, they get that cleverness from you with the memes.
It's a culture, baby. It's a
Yeah.
whole culture. Sports, memes, pettery, you name it. It's at its finest in the Petty Avenue, baby.
Oh, Dennis said he blamed Dion for last week. Oh, where Dion at? Defend yourself.
We got some turmoil inside the Ravens contingency. All right, next game. Speaking of Baltimore, the team that left, the city that the Baltimore left, the Cleveland Browns. Game of the week. You got America's favorite dog versus America's favorite team. Going up one-on-one. Odell Beckham gets to play the Cowboys again, where he had that famous catch. The over-under on this game is 56. Dallas, 3.5-point favorites. Germ, I want to start with you on this one. Just what do you got on this game?
First, we got Nick Chubb, a limited Kareem Hunt. So that means let's take Kareem Hunt. Let's just say half. That's half Kareem Hunt. That means Chubb is going to get like 7 to 10 more carries. I like Chubb at 30 carries. That's a recipe for disaster, Mr. Prescott. That's your ass, Mr. Prescott. Then we got a guy named Myles Garrett. Number 1 pick, formerly 2017, one best drafts ever. And this guy seems like he wants to play football. No more bashing with helmets. No more doing anything extra. He just want to get quarterbacks now. It all makes sense. Give me the Browns. It's easy. I don't care what this Dallas Cowboy team think they got. You give me the guy who got the better quarterback and the better running game, and it's right now is Baker. I ain't making no cakes, Mayfield over Dak. I don't have no Prescott. Cowboys, get them out of here. Big snake, big worm, I don't give a damn.
Can we mute him now?
I can't believe y'all actually picking Cleveland. Vic, let me hear your blasphemy on this.
I'm picking Cleveland, but not the way Germ is picking Cleveland. I'm giving Dak Prescott his credit. You already know on the quarterback show, the kid is playing out his mind, okay? So it's going to be some Dak Prescott, some good Dak Prescott today.
He got on the Cowboys last week.
But I am still picking the Browns because, again, I like their running game. The Cowboys linebacking core is not very good. Okay, they got some names on there, but they're not very good. They give up a lot of yards per carry. Okay, there's a lot of, you know, that linebacker thing that we like, read, react, finish. Okay, these are guys that finish, but the read and the reacting is just too slow. So it's not allowing the Cowboys to get you know, a little bit more stops behind the line of scrimmage, or giving up 1 or 2 yard gains. It's just too much 3, 4, 5 yard gains that are shortening downs for the offense. That's what the Browns love. Have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt shorten the down and distances, and Baker's able to make some easier passes and stuff like that. I'm taking the Browns. Again, you got Tyrone Smith, who is questionable today. He still may play, but he has a neck issue that he's dealing with. And to go up against Myles Garrett, which, by the way, Myles Garrett gets lined up at every spot on the defense. 3 technique, 1 technique, left or right defensive end. So he's going to be all over the place. The Cowboys also got bad news that La'el Collins will be out for the season with his hip surgery. That should have been taken care of a long time ago.
Yes.
But I see Myles Garrett taking over this game, and the Browns winning this game. It will be close, but I think the Browns will get. I'll give a score. I'll give a score for this one, 34-31.
You said 34-31?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Well, just pick
Both-
the Cowboys so we can move on.
Well,
Because
both of you are wrong. The Cowboys are going to win. The Cowboys are going to put up points. The Cowboys are going to score some points. And this is just, the Browns are going to brown this one. This is a big game. This is a big, important game, in the words of Frankenstein from Big Daddy. And I just don't think the Browns have the culture to win this game. That's just what it comes down to for me. It's not anything about the lab. It's not anything about Nick Chubb. It's not anything about Baker or Odell or Jarvis. Obviously, we know about Myles Garrett. It's just about, I don't think the Browns have the culture to win this type of game. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We're going to find out in 60 minutes or so. So give me Dallas to win this game. Next game on the docket, you got New Orleans. We talked about this game at the top of the show. You got the New Orleans Saints without Michael Thomas. So that's basically 75% of their offense. Well, I lied. That's 45% of their offense. 45% of their offense is Alvin Kamara. 5% of their offense is Taysom Hill. And the other 5% is just guys who rotate in and out. So 45% of the Saints offense is not playing in this game today. I'm going a little hoarse. I need some ginger tea and honey after this show. My God. Saints and Lions. Right?
I think that's the
Over-under is
football
50.
gods are trying to say, Mo, you picked the wrong team. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, they're telling me I'm about to pick the wrong team in this one.
Oh,
But I'm gonna just say what I gotta say.
two
New
to
Orleans
two.
and Detroit, over under is 54, and the Saints are getting 3 points. They're 3-point road favorites. A little injury report: Michael Thomas is out, Andreas Pete is out, Jared Cook is out on offense. On defense, Janoris Jenkins is out, Marshawn Lattimore is out, and Marcus Davenport is out. For the Lions, they should be getting back some guys today, including Desmond Trufant, who hasn't played since the opener. So I'm gonna grab my gavel here, aka my pink highlighter. I'm gonna just. The jury is back. The jury has made its verdict, and their verdict is Drew Brees is officially on the decline. It is official. We've been seeing it for the last about 2 years, but what we've seen over the last 2 to 3 years is it doesn't show up until later in the season. It's starting to show up in September and October, where he can't throw outside the numbers. And there's just certain throws he can no longer make. The whole basis of the Saints offense is crossing routes, in breaking routes, and checkdowns. That's all it is, especially now that Michael Thomas is out. It's 3 games so far? 3 games, and each week I'm seeing somebody on a corner route running wide open, just doing, hey, I'm open. Just like, where you at? I can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you. Where are you? I'm going to say something very disrespectful here. In the passing game, it is time to give Drew Brees the Lamar Jackson treatment, meaning condense the coverage, condense the middle of the field, make him condense between the numbers, make him throw outside. And if he can complete 8 or 9 throws for 60 minutes on the outside and he beats you, so be it. But my money says in big games, he's not going to do it. he's not going to be able to do it because we're already seeing it in September and October, and the weather ain't even that cold yet. I think the New Orleans Saints are in for one wild season if Drew Brees keeps this up or keeps this down. Detroit, I know I get on Detroit every week for not being a 60-minute football team, but Detroit is more competitive than people think.
Mhm.
And that defense with those 5 or 6 New England defensive starters and some other guys who are some very key pieces, that defense can make some plays now. That defense can get some turnovers now. And without the corners from New Orleans, Kenny Golladay is there. We see the difference he makes for that offense. As I said last week on Midnight Views, there isn't a wide receiver more valuable to their team than Kenny Golladay. And I'm not saying Kenny Golladay is top 3, top 4, top 5, top 10. I'll leave that to y'all. But we know how we feel about the value in terms of the wide receiver position. And Kenny Golladay is as valuable as any receiver to his football team. And I'm not building this up just to disappoint y'all. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to win this football game, 27-23, Detroit. Vic, anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was picking the Lions too, bro. I mean, for everything that you said, including the injuries. You got Kenny Golladay who just came back from injury last week. Again, just providing more of an open offense for Matt Stafford in that passing game. And then when you add on the fact that both Marshawn Lattimore and Janoris is out, I mean, they're going to be able to attack this defense very hard. You got Adrian Peterson now, who is the bell cow. I mean, wherever he goes, it just seems like he gets added to the top of the depth chart, no matter how old he is. So now he's, with Kerryon Johnson, just adding some balance to that offense. A very underrated offensive line as well. Like you said, the Saints just don't have the same passing game, both for the quarterback and the injuries there with Michael Thomas. I'm taking the Lions here, and I'm taking the Lions on a convincing win as well. I'm going to go 38. I'm going to go 38-24.
Wow. Talk about stealing my thunder. I thought I was going in with that thunder and lightning with my score, but sheesh.
I'm writing this one down too, because
Hey,
I think Saints got it.
Listen, the sports guys are real.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, we remember what you said in this offseason. The sports guards are real. Y'all better stop playing with these sports guys.
Hey, we know the J Ham quote. We ain't even gonna say it on the line. We know what J Ham says. Jaron, what you got? Hey, Jaron, what you got on this?
Detroit basketball. Give me Detroit.
Really?
Lions. Rah.
Wow.
We ain't got no Tigers. Rah. Oh,
Wow. All right. Next game on the schedule, Vic, we're going to stay with you. We got Arizona at Carolina. Over-under is 51.5. Carolina 3-point road underdogs, or actually home underdogs. Is that right? Yeah, home underdogs. What you got on this game, Vic?
Yeah, just quick injury report. I got Buda Baker, who is out for the Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, the receiver, was questionable, but it looks like he is going to play. He has been playing a lot with an injured ankle and still performing. I mean, this has been an issue for him for the last several years. But again, this kid just seems to know his body because he still performs at an extremely high level. So he's going to play. You got Russell Okung, who is questionable for the for the Panthers, and McCaffrey out. He's going to be out for several more weeks. Basically, that's the offense for the Panthers right there. As efficient as Teddy Bridgewater still is, very efficient, gets the ball out quickly and stuff like that. You got DJ Moore, who is a very good young receiver. But without Christian McCaffrey there, just the Panthers just don't have enough explosiveness to deal with a team like the Cardinals. In terms of the Cardinals, man, I just want to see Kyler, just improving his consistency. He had 3 turnovers last week against the Lions. That was an unexcusable loss for the Cardinals. If we expect them to take a step forward, it looks like they fell asleep in that game. They have been leading the league in penalties, which I thought was very key. Again, consistency and discipline is important for winning, and especially in the playoffs. And Hopkins, again, just a tremendous player, 32 catches already in 3 games. I mean, that he's already on pace for 100 catches in an offense that he just got into and a quarterback that he just started play. So again, that just goes to show you how Hopkins is such an important receiver, one of those receivers that you can actually say is needed on any NFL team to win football games. I'm picking the Cardinals to win this game. I think it's going to be a convincing win for them. I think that they wake up from their loss last week, and I got them scoring 34 points in this game. I think they keep the Panthers to like 13.
I got you. Jerm, we're going to toss it over to you, and then you're going to pitch it back to MJ for the gambling.
I'm just gonna keep it straight up simple, man. The Cardinals should win this game. It shouldn't be too hard. Let's just make it easy. Cardinals, MJ, drop that fade away.
I get the feeling sometimes that make me wonder that you probably should take the under. I don't know who's gonna win. Take the under.
Yeah. Take the under as well. I'm not sure who's going to win either.
My East Coast people.
We talked about this on the show a couple of days ago. If you haven't seen it, go check it out from the Thursday show extensively about Kyler Murray, extensively about that whole offense around him. The Chargers, I mean, the Panthers, man, we got to figure out if they know how to win football games. That's what it comes down to for me. I'm taking Arizona. It wouldn't surprise me if the Panthers win this game, because that defense will get better each week, because there's about 7 rookies starting on that defense. But I'm taking Arizona to win this game for everything Vic highlighted. So give me Arizona. Next game on the docket, we're going to. Okay, this is my game right here, baby. We got the Chargers at the Buccaneers. Over under on this game. Where is it?
7. 7 to
It's
Tampa.
listed on here. How is it not listed?
That's okay.
There it
7
is.
to Tampa. I remember that one.
Yes.
Over under is 42 and a half.
42 and a half. Yes. We talked about this last night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, boy. All right. So for the Chargers, Brian Bulaga is out. Trey Turner is out. And Mike Williams is out. Those are huge pieces that are going to be missing from this offense, because here I was thinking that for the Chargers to win this game, they got to rely on good pass protection and explosive plays. Well, your 2 best offensive linemen are gone, and Mike Williams is gone, and he's going to be Keenan Allen is the chain mover. Keenan Allen with Justin Herbert is getting about 14 and a half targets per game. So we know he's going to be moving the chains and getting those targets in between. So it's going to be a long day for Carlton Davis, a real test for Carlton Davis. But the explosive plays are not going to necessarily be there for the Chargers. And with Justin, he's still a rookie, making a lot of rookie mistakes on damn near every series. And one thing we know about Todd Bowles is he is relentless. That is the most relentless defensive coordinator in the league. I called him last night in the production meeting. That's the Black Dick LeBeau, because he is going to come at you for 60 minutes and come at you with so many different looks, or he's just going to say, my guys are better than your guys, and we're just going to punch you in the mouth for 60 minutes. Whatever he feels is the best way to come after your quarterback, he will come after your quarterback. I think it's going to be a long day for Justin. I think it's going to be one of those days where Tampa just finds a way to put up points. So give me the Buccaneers to win this game. This is a gambling game, MJ, that we said we're going to stay away from, because it could end up being 39-3. So
No,
give
we
me
stand
Tampa.
away from
Go
the
ahead.
over and under. We're staying away from the over and under. I'm taking Tampa.
Yes.
There's 2 things that I look at when gambling, and I'm going to be real quick because I know we press for time. Gambling is just like going into the stock. When you see a healthy company, double down on it.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady has been a healthy company for like the last 20 years. Anytime I see Tom Brady with weapons, I'm investing in it. And y'all only gonna give him a 7-point handicap? Why
Easy
would I
money.
not? Yeah, please get that money.
Yes.
Now over and under, I don't know how it's gonna go, because he wins all types of ways.
Mm-hmm.
That game might be 10-0. I don't know, but it might be 42-12. So it could go either way.
Stay away from the over-under, but make sure you take Tampa to win, because they will win by 2 positions at least. Vic, what you got on this game?
Yeah, I mean, it is a concerning game for me, for the Bucs, in terms of how they're going to handle that defensive line for the Chargers, or that front 7 actually, because they mix it up with a little bit of a 4-3-3-4 system and stuff like that. So it's, again, You got the Joey Bosa versus the rookie and Tristan Wirfs at right tackle, and then you got Melvin Ingram against.
He's not playing.
Oh, he's not playing. Okay.
He's on IR.
Okay, so that's a little bit better for the Buccaneers.
Yes.
So there is some injuries then with the Chargers. Like you said, they missing some offensive linemen and Mike Williams, who creates a little bit of balance for that offense and for Justin Herbert. But the Bucs should be able to win this game, and I think it's going to be tighter than it looks and a lower scoring game. But I'll take the Bucs.
Okay. Jeremy, what you got on this game?
Bucks.
Yes. Here's what I'm gonna say, right, Vic? You're concerned about Joey Bosa versus Donovan Smith. You have every right to be. But Ali Marpet is probably the most polished and best offensive lineman right now as it stands. And we see these first 3 weeks, he is going to help out Donovan Smith as much as he possibly can. He's going to help Jensen get control, and then he's going to look. And if he sees trouble, he's just going to go hit whoever's on Donovan Smith. And that has been honestly one of the biggest reasons why the Bucs are getting better and better, because Marpet is helping out Donovan Smith more and more. Keep an eye on that today. Next game.
Even when he lines up against Wirfs, it's going to be a nice matchup for Wirfs to see his improvement.
Tristan Wirfs is going to be the best player in Bucs offensive line history at some point in his career. That dude is a star. Mm-hmm. Seattle versus Miami. This is Vic's game. I do believe it is. Vic, what you got on this game? Rapid fire, baby. We in the 2 minutes right now.
Bro, I know. I mean, I got a lot to talk about this game, but I know
You think do what you got to do.
You know what I'm saying? Look, this is going to be a tough game, and simply because the Seahawks secondary is just awful. Okay, so you got a couple things going on. You got their run defense was second in the league and 66 yards given up. All right, but then you got their secondary, who has given up 430 pass yards. Okay, and not just a secondary. The linebackers aren't covering as well as they should. And again, the secondary is awful. But you got a situation where their offense is scoring so much that teams are not running the ball as much, but they have to pass to keep up with that offense. So is it that they just need to find a little bit more balance? Okay, or is it just they're that bad? So I think against the Dolphins, we're going to see that, because Fitzpatrick, who had a very efficient game, probably his most efficient game of his career, at a 90% completion percentage last week. Okay, 18 for 20. Again, 20 passes. They ran the ball 36 times though. Okay, for their most yardage and their most attempts for the season so far. So we're gonna see a situation where the Dolphins are gonna be able to have some balance. Okay, because I still believe you can run against the Seahawks, but is their passing defense gonna get better? We have to see that. It remains to be seen. But I think if you're a betting man, and I think if you're in the FanDuel lineups, fantasy, all hands on deck here. You got Gesicki, you got Parker, you got Preston Williams, you got Myles Gaskin, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick against that defense. Start them, whoever you got. And then on the other side, you got the Seahawks offense. You got a guy that's on pace for 75 touchdowns, passing touchdowns. Jeremy, you think he's going to get there? 75 passing touchdowns from my guy. But he's on pace for that many touchdowns right now. The kid is playing out his mind. I think he's the best quarterback in the world. You know, Jeremy, all of a sudden he wants to act like he muted. But anyway, we got the I'll take the Seahawks in this game though. I think it's going to be a very high scoring game. I think they still edge it out. I did want to pick the Dolphins, but I'm going to stay with the Seahawks, who I think is still a better team.
Good answer, sir. Good answer. Jerm, anything you got to add to this?
I'm not Jerm, so Wilson. Check this out. First of all, what we're not going to do. Here's what we're not going to do. What we're not going to do is we're not about to talk about 75 touchdowns, because he ain't doing it like that. That's not going to happen. It's going to be some games he's going to struggle. You almost made me pick the Dolphins just for all of that nonsense you just spewed, but I can't do blasphemous things like that on Sunday mornings. So I'm going to pick the Seahawks, but wait until they get a good opponent. Wait till they get a good opponent.
MJ, what you got on the money side?
All right, so Seahawks is only getting taken away 5.5 points. I already told you about my healthy company theory. Russell Wilson is a very healthy company. Now, as far as the yards that they're giving up, I think that's a little fabricated because they just played against really good talent. When you play against Bill Belichick-led offense and you play against, Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy, who throws the ball a ton, it's just going to happen that way. I think with Miami, I don't think they're on the same caliber as a Dallas or New England. So therefore, I think the passing yards are going to be a little bit more tame. FanDuel, we like Metcalf in this one. I like also Travis Homer as a waiver pickup. Not anybody that I think you should play right away, but I do think because he's a better catching and Carlos Hyde is questionable, that he's going to get more looks than people think.
Yeah. Now Carson is expected to play, but we don't know to what capacity. And MJ and Vic, they broke this game down beautifully. I have nothing to add. For everything Vic said and everything MJ said, I'm taking Seattle to win this game. Give me Seattle 33-20.
Remember that they are crossing from Seattle all the way to Miami. You got a situation again where that defense is not playing very well. This is going to be a shootout, man. And again, I'm picking the Seahawks, but the Dolphins could easily take this game too.
They could. I mean, any given Sundays, right? That's
so
the way it
the
goes.
over, y'all. So take the over.
So MJ says take the over and Seattle to win with the points, right?
Well, Vic said take the over. I said take Seattle.
You just said take the Seattle. Okay, we got you. Last game on the docket. Germ So True. This game is all yours. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Sin City, about to be Win City, to the Las Vegas Raiders. What you got on this game, Germ?
Well, I got one of the best one of the quarterbacks that's playing the best in the league right now. Playing football right now. Just for y'all who didn't peep it, it's Josh Germs. Just we here, we in the building. So what we doing is circling the wagons and everything like that.
You keep
We
circling
keep them
them wagons.
we keep them cabooses in the back. You know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, y'all, I think Buffalo's defense is going to be able to get pressure on the Raiders, which is important. And I think altogether, I think this is going to still be a very entertaining game. I think the Buffalo Bills can score 28 points, and that is going to be the key here. Because I think the Raiders will score 24 points. I don't care what defense they play against. I think they're explosive enough moving forward. As far as the key injuries in this game, we only really have Phillips, the outside linebacker, as an out. For the Raiders, we got Edwards, Arnett, and Ross are all out, with Trent Brown being doubtful, along with Henry Ruggs. So, I mean, they got some guys that are out that are going to be interesting. Abrams is a little banged up already, but we know that's the way he plays. Give me the Buffalo Bills today. I like Buffalo overall. I just think that they're going to be the last team standing in this division. And I think they're going to be able to win 10 to 12 games this year. And that's that. I'm going to pass it to Mr. Drop the J, so fadeaway is perfect. We can give you some gambling bets.
All right, so for the gambling, this is one of my tips as well. Any home game for Vegas, pick them. They don't got nothing to do with their team. Nothing. With the quarantine going on, they still staying in hotels that downstairs got the gambling going on. Prostitution is legal. Buffets is of plenty. It's just too much going on. Stay focused. I'm being honest. Like,
it's true though.
That is a huge home court advantage. And if you don't think John Gruden and company ain't sending them calls to certain people to make sure they can get stayed up all night, that exists. I ain't gonna talk too much about it because it ain't none of my business, but that exists. So it has nothing to do with football. Everything Jerb said, I think, was correct. But you just could get off the line a little bit different when you got a 10-ounce steak in your stomach. And you just got through, having some love conversations with a call-up. It's just you're moving a little slow when those two things happen. So,
Vic, what you got on this game?
Ranks in them, huh? We got a house call.
Important.
Oh man, Vic, what you got on this game?
Yeah, I'll just keep it short, man. I think the Bills being healthy now, they got the linebackers coming back. Raiders, I mean, this is some two very good young teams, man. But I'm taking the Bills on this. I'm looking forward to seeing that front seven against, Josh Jacobs and that offensive line to see how that works out. That can be the turning point in the game. If Josh Jacobs is able to get some running things going, the Raiders could win this game. But I'm gonna take the Bills. I think they control that offense.
Yeah. Look, we talk about this every week with the Bills. They are going to make your quarterback uncomfortable. Whatever game plan you have, they're going to punch you in the mouth with that game plan. They are going to disrupt you on every turn. That's their game plan. Josh Jacobs is going to get his regardless of any team because he's got such great vision and explosion that even if one gap is not there, he can just cut and boom to the other gap. Like he's that efficient. He's that good. But I just think there's going to be, in the end, too many situations where the Raiders are in a 3rd and 11, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 14 throughout this football game. And Buffalo is going to be more than 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 1s, 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it and they're going to get it. So give me Buffalo to win this game. But it's going to be a much more competitive game than people think, I would imagine. Give me Buffalo 28-24.
I will say this. If Buffalo does what y'all say they're going to do, that means that they're ready to really compete deep into the playoffs because that means they focus and locked in because there's a lot of distractions.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. This is a game Buffalo needs to win in order to say, hey, because remember, New England beat the Raiders last week. So you can't have New England.
But it was at New England.
You can't have New England beating teams, and you coming back and lose to them because you still got to take down the division. And that hasn't happened in 35 years.
And beating them the way that they did, too.
Yes. That about wraps up the show, y'all. That's Big Junior.
Giants and the Rams?
What?
Did we do Giants and Rams?
Do we have to?
Yeah, we did. That was the rapid fire one.
Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking. That's the only game that I didn't have checked off.
I don't have a pick for that game, bro.
Okay, all right. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams, too.
Yeah, give me the Rams. They're going to run all over that defense, man.
Okay.
Stay away from that bet.
There you go.
Darrell Henderson for that.
Darrell Henderson. Yes, thank you, Vic. Darrell Henderson. That's your FanDuel waiver wire everywhere. Wherever he's at, get him. Scoop him.
By the way,
good value, good depth.
He is PFF's #1 running back right now. I don't know how.
I don't know about it. Right.
On that, but he's looking good according to them.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't give a damn. Go get him. Okay? That's all I got to say. That's MJ. That's Germ. I don't even know who he is anymore. I lose track. That's Jeremy Bourne. That's who that is. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. That's Big Junior. I'm Mo Schefter. You see the trap. You see the Hungry Humble Hustle. Make sure you subscribe to the scene. Make sure you find us on Facebook. We got jokes. We got facts. We got merch. Whatever you need, we got you. Follow us. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the Sunday. The Dish coming later. 94 feet tomorrow. Views tomorrow. Full slate of things ahead. Stoppage Time FC. Middle of the week. We'll catch y'all, man. Notification.